the thing about the self is it isn't actually independently existing. The thing is that the self, how it works is it's kind of like, it's like it survives off the belief in it. It's kind of like Santa Claus. Like, as long as you believe Santa Claus comes once a year, you know, in your mind he comes once a year. But upon inspection, as you look closer, there is no Santa Claus. There is no actual self there. So that's why the sort of definitions of the self is kind of vague. But you can only point to it by its effects, the side effects of essentially believing in it. And so what the self is made of is predominantly belief. It's like predominantly in a belief and an assumption that we've made upon reality. Like, we assume when we hear something that there's something hearing, a hearer is better put, a seer, a thinker, a feeler. We think there's this thing at the center of us that kind of receiving reality. And that's an assumption, because when looked for, we can't actually find it. Like, I can hear, and there's hearing, but where's the hearer? So yeah, that's kind of the crux of it, right? It's built upon belief in thought, and then concepts and ideas like space and time. And that's what keeps it afloat. But the funny thing about it is the self part of us knows it's not real. It's why and what the self is always trying to do is it's always trying to solidify reality into a view, a world view. Not a world, but like a metaphysical view, or a scientific view, or a religious view. It's always trying to solidify itself. Because the self is also its views. It's like a decision, like you've decided that this is who you are. I'm a person, and my name's so-and-so, and I like this and this is what I believe. And there's a comfort in that, a false sense of comfort in that, oh yeah, this is how reality is. Essentially, the self is trying to define reality through thought. It's trying to find the ultimate definition for reality, or the ultimate sense of itself or fulfillment. And the problem is, if you look at our lives, we can never seem to find it. We can never seem to find a solid sense of who we are, a solid sense of how reality is. Our views are always changing. And each view we have, we think is the final one. You know, there's probably in the past, some of us has been, probably Christian or atheist or any sort of religious view, right? And then we've moved on to spirituality, and non-duality, and all these ideas and concepts. But the ultimate goal, I think, of non-duality and spirituality is to let go of all these ideas and concepts, to go completely beyond any landing pad in life, and is to fully immerse ourselves in the unknown. Because can the mind really know this? Every thought is a story, right? So no thought has absolute true value. I'm not ignoring relative value. I think thoughts can be beautiful. Stories can be beautiful. They're tools that we use to navigate this world, but I'm talking more on an absolute level. I'm not negating the relative here. I just want to point out that there's no thought that has absolute reality. And the self is always trying to find that absolute kind of thought, and that so it can finally rest and ground. But what actually needs to happen is the complete opposite. We need to fully drop all views, and not conceptually drop all views, like genuinely through inquiry, or through maybe seeing the unknown, seeing that there's actually no thing here, or no thing that a thought can point to. There's just this vast, infinite experience. Forms, shapes, colors changing. Just this present, just this is good. But even beyond, neither this or not this, the in-between. And the self seems to just block us from seeing that. And you're probably wondering by now, how do I get rid of the self? And the thing is you don't get rid of it. You can't get rid of something that isn't already there. You have to see through it. How do you see through the self? You just have to kind of stop. Stop trying to grab onto the next thought. Stop looking for that landing pad. And just sort of see that there's nowhere to grab onto and fall into the unknown.